Hey, welcome to my channel. Check out my Overwatch collection. This is d.va. It's a cute but deadly little toy. It's pretty detailed for what it is. I can't afford the $400 statue. I would love to have the $400 statue, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. And if I had $400, which would almost be like, if I had it in hand, would feel like $1 million. I don't know if a d.va statue would be the first thing I would get, but d.va is my favorite character on Overwatch, and in my opinion, the easiest to play as. There's a Funko Pop version of d.va, which is hard to see, but it comes with a mini version. She actually can come out of her mech and it opens up. But yeah, there's that. There's a little d.va enamel pin, which is pretty detailed, pretty awesome. Here are two Overwatch Ninjoids. I look like I'm probably careless because they're a little scuffed up. d.va's antennas aren't completely even. That's because the kitty cat, for whatever reason, knocked him down, and it sounds like I'm irresponsible. Why didn't you put him somewhere where the cat couldn't get to him? Glad you asked that. It's because, for whatever reason, she just doesn't like these particular characters. There's Tracer. Tracer's another character I play as. I probably play as her the second most. And yeah, they're girl characters. Get over it. Anyway, yeah, there's Mercy. That's the character I play as the second most. That one's pretty cool. And here's another Mercy Ninjoid, which always falls down. You notice she's cracked right there. If these seem to go on liquidation a lot, which I bought most of them like when they were on sale, so I might be replacing these just because I'm OCD, and even though I fixed that crack right there with glue, I can still see it and it bothers me. Oh, there's a cool little Ray thing, or Hot Toys. I don't know why I felt obligated to add that. Oh, and there's this one too. This is Jen Urso, which I did unbox before, but I changed her little outfit to the special edition one where she has the Stormtrooper rifle, which it came with options because it was a limited edition one. Way off topic, but I just think it looks really cool. But yeah, I can't remember her name offhand because I never play as her. But she was on sale too, and I really liked that she came with a little backpack and all this stuff. I really like the stand where the little robot thing that she has floats in the air. And then I have an Overwatch art book, which is really cool. Like, so much work went into all these characters, which is kind of a shame that a lot of this gets wasted in a multiplayer shooting game that doesn't have like some sort of single player mode. But I have a bunch of video game and regular art books too. That should be its own video. And there's a kitty cat and a Overwatch blanket, which was actually on sale. It was either that or Harry Potter. My house is freezing in the winter, so yeah, so I picked Overwatch over Harry Potter, but I just got them because they were cheap. But anyway, having all that Overwatch merchandise is cool and all, but I have a confession to make. I don't really play Overwatch that much. I just kind of really like a lot of the character designs and the art style. Guess I'm a Overwatch poser. Hey, welcome to my channel. Today we're playing Overwatch. Like the 5 million other people that have covered this game on YouTube. And the reason why I'm covering it now, because 5 million other people on YouTube have already covered it. So what could I possibly add to this video that hasn't already been said or done before? Probably absolutely nothing, but I'm going to give it an effort. Happy New Year. I know I recorded a video on New Year's Eve thinking that it would actually get posted on the New Year, but unfortunately, well, fortunately, I have fast enough internet and everything rendered and it uploaded, but it was before New Year's and I recorded New Year's Eve, so it wasn't technically like a New Year's video. So this is the first video of the new year. Hopefully they'll come out more frequently due to some unfavorable circumstances, but you know, that's life, I guess. It's what I'm finding out. It's what I've been finding out. So welcome to, I hate calling it Mikey's Video Game Madness. I know I've said that so many times and I haven't made the slightest effort to try to change the name. I feel like it's too late in the game now, so I guess I'll just vocally say what it is. I guess this would technically be a Mikey's Video Game Madness video. Essentially, for those of you who aren't familiar with my channel, this is where I play video games and rarely ever talk about the game that I play. I usually talk about other shit most of the time and then touch on the game from time to time. If you don't like that, well, tough shit. There's like so many videos that are exactly the same that cover games and I don't know, that's all they talk about and I find it extraordinarily boring. The kind of videos I grew up on YouTube and grew up on, well, while YouTube was growing, the kind of videos that I really enjoyed in the early days of YouTube, which encouraged me to watch videos, which I said this in past videos, why aren't you keeping score? You should be watching all the videos. Where my favorite videos were where it felt like you were hanging out with a friend and just chilling and shooting the shit while you happen to be playing video games. So anyway, a lot to cover. Luckily, I stalled somewhat. You'll see that I got disconnected from the internet. That never really happened. So if you're curious about the PlayStation 4 version of this game, that typically isn't an issue. That's a freak accident thing. So I will share with you the pros and cons of Overwatch as well as other things. As you can see, I started to try to show you the cool little character models of this game, and I unfortunately gave up after d.va. d.va is the main character I play as, followed by Mercy, followed as Tracer. I really need to try to start playing as other characters. But just like a fighting game, I feel like this is the shooting equivalent of a fighting game. d.va is my favorite character because she's easy to play as. She's what you would consider a tank, which is the big hulking character that can put out a lot of damage and take a lot of damage as well. It's the person that tries to, or the character that tries to take on the most damage, and I just like giant robots, and d.va's kind of like a cool character. I like the design of the rabbit and I kind of, this is trolling a little bit, I'm not terribly good at first person shooters that are competitive multiplayer. I do fairly well on the single player ones. I don't know, just like recording YouTube videos, there's like this added pressure where I guess that I put on myself, but I'm kind of like showing you things you can buy with loot boxes. I absolutely dislike quite a bit how loot boxes are handled in this versus, say, I know this is gonna blow your mind, Star Wars Battlefront 2. Star Wars Battlefront 2, at least before they changed it, I kind of quit playing Star Wars Battlefront 2 when they started to quote unquote fix it when everybody was bitching about it. I personally thought it was playing fine, and I unlocked most of the characters on my own before they changed it. Had no problems with it. I never spent a dime on the game beside purchasing the game itself, and I earned everything on my own by just playing the game. I'm not really good at the shooting part, but I do fairly well with the spaceship shooting, which is how I earn most of the credits. Now, of course, you can purchase credits, and I don't think you get as many, and it's just, I feel like it's more work, and I don't know why people are cooler with how it was now. I feel like Star Wars Battlefront 2 is better before they tried to fix it. People don't seem to bitch about this game as much. I know this game popularized loot boxes a little bit, or loot crates. I don't know what the fuck this has. But you could buy a lot of stuff. The thing I don't like about this game is that it encourages you to purchase loot boxes with real money in order to get a loot box. And mind you, all of this is cosmetic, so the game's still fun, and you get all the characters and everything for free. So there's only so much bitching you can do. There's no season pass, but if you wanted to, you could spend a lot of money. So that's Mercy. That's my second favorite character to play as. And then I play as Tracer. Tracer's kind of hard. I need to start playing more as action-oriented characters. And if you play Overwatch, I'm not just saying this for my own benefit, because the odds of me actually happening to come across you on the World Wide Web playing Overwatch are extremely rare. And I usually play as d.va, but if you're playing with healers, I feel like healers deserve all the credit, because they're like so fragile and they have to get in the middle of shit, and they're like healing everybody, and not enough people like to play as healers, including myself. But I'm forcing myself to play as Mercy, but I die a whole lot more. I feel like the healers in these games like deserve more credit. Like, a lot of times people don't want to play as healers. At work, we sell a lot of Overwatch merchandise, which earlier in the video, that's where I got some of my Overwatch merchandise from. I happened to like talk to one person that played as Mercy, so it's quite rare. Most people play as the action-oriented characters, not necessarily tanks, although d.va is really popular. I can see why, because she can just aim blindly, but since her little Gatling guns are like shotgun blasts, they don't do a whole lot of damage. And you'll notice when you play this game, you'll feel like you're doing really well, like you're improving in skill, but this game is very much team-based. So if you're stuck with a team who doesn't play as a team, you will die like you're the worst person at this game, which happens to me quite a bit. Also, there is some pressure of me playing in front of people, even though I'm not technically playing in front of people. But I did record this video with the idea that I would eventually put this up on YouTube. So always having that in the back of my head, I'm not going to play as well. That's just the way it is. It sounds like a lame excuse, but I'm just being honest. I'm the first one to tell you I suck. I'm not good at this game. I haven't played it. I probably maybe played less than 10 hours. Later in this video, I believe I do show you like the hours I play as the characters, and I haven't even played as most of the characters in the game. But it's cool. You get free characters. Like, this is something that's been growing on me lately. A friend of mine on YouTube, Trust Steph, you should definitely check out his channel. It's way better than mine. But thank you for, hopefully this video will be interesting enough for you to stick around and watch it to the end before you check out his channel. But anyway, get back to whatever the hell I was talking about. I have to backtrack myself and think about it. So yeah, like, I completely forgot about what I was talking about. But yeah, oh, here we go. Yeah, my friend Trust Steph, he saw like on Instagram, like which I believe there's a link if you're even curious about following me on Instagram. You're seeing all the Overwatch merchandise I was getting, because I absolutely love the character designs and the artwork and stuff like that. I'm not necessarily in love with all the characters, but I really like the style. It kind of reminds me of a Pixar movie, which is really weird that I would be in such love with that, because there's very few Pixar movies that I like. I really only like the Toy Story movies. Those are, and maybe it's because that's what I grew up with. I'm not saying the other Pixar movies are bad, but I never felt emotionally attached to any of the other Pixar movies that I can think of. Now, to be fair, I haven't seen Finding Dory. Up was pretty cool. Finding Nemo was alright. I don't like Cars. The first Incredibles I saw was pretty great. I can't believe they made 3 Cars movies, but I feel like the Toy Story, it's just, I don't know, that just hits all the right notes for me. It looked like Cars kind of went in a dark direction, but I only saw the first one. I never saw, or at least I haven't seen in completion, Brave. And a lot of the Disney movies look like Pixar movies now. Like, they haven't differentiated the art style for CGI movies much. But I don't know, for whatever reason, these characters talk to me. By the way, if you want to see a CGI movie, I mean, I think it's the best movie I saw all year. I might be biased because it's Spider-Man. I just really love how that, like, glows and everything. And maybe another thing that makes it cool is I liked the hand drawing concept art and, like, the art books and stuff and the stuff that I've seen online. And I like the fact that this is all rendered on a console or a PC or whatever you play it as, and it doesn't require ridiculously high settings, so they create very aesthetically likable looking characters with with not the highest, like, system requirements, very few requirements. Like, I think this game mostly runs on the highest settings on PC, besides like shadow and maybe texture filtering. I'm playing this on a base PlayStation 4 because that's the best way to record without hooking up the base PlayStation 4 in the bedroom. Now I'm playing as Mercy. Now I don't feel like, I mean, bless their hearts, they probably have better skill level than me or whatever, but I feel like when I played as Mercy, they weren't playing as a team as much. Everybody was kind of going on their own, and in turn, like, when I was trying to heal people, there weren't other people that had my back. When you have a healer on your team, like, that's somebody you want to protect, because their attack is, like, useless, especially when I'm behind the wheel, because I'm not the greatest at fighting. But I know I've played as Mercy. I've even gotten the play of the game, which is when you have the best play throughout a whole match playing as Mercy. You have to understand, I'm terrible at Call of Duty. I'm a lot better at Battlefield, which is kind of weird because you would think that Battlefield would be the more difficult game. I got Battlefield 4. I caved in. I got Battlefield 4 half price. And it's still, like, run around and be the first person that shoots someone in the back. But I haven't played the Blackout mode, which is the Battle Royale mode. I feel like that might be a game changer, and I just haven't taken the time to play that. If anything sells me on Battlefield 4, it'll be that. And I don't typically buy online games. Like, I didn't pay this full price. With most online games, and there's an exception to the rule. Like, I did get Fallout 77 at normal price just because the West Virginia, even though that game is getting, like, terrible flack or whatever, and the thing that makes Fallout awesome are the NPCs, but the thing about that is that West Virginia, sorry if you're from West Virginia, but there's some rural parts of West Virginia and the coal mines and stuff like that, the coal mining areas, they just have, like, this vibe to it that's just perfect for Fallout. So I'm more interested in the environment, and I've only played at best 45 minutes of Fallout 77, so maybe it's a shit show, I don't know, but I was excited to try it, not necessarily because it was a Fallout game, but more because of the environment, because I've driven and stopped through West Virginia a few times, and it just feels like a place that has a lot of folklore. Maybe it's just because it's not familiar, because I feel like there's places in Richmond where I live in that are somewhat creepy and looks like it's filled with folklore. Like, I know when I lived in Church Hill, which is part of a different part of downtown Richmond, it's actually, like, on a hill, and, like, underground there is, like, an actual train that wrecked and collapsed and like flooded, and they couldn't recover the bodies. So there's all these houses like poltergeist style that are on top of, like, I'm sure they're probably decomposed to like slime and ooze and whatever other crap to like basically to soil. So I doubt there's like a skeleton down there, but nobody can get in there. And they're actually thinking about trying to get the train and everything out from underground, but I think they started to try, and they came to the realization that if they start pulling like the train and the debris and the wreckage out, that basically everything they built on top of it would like collapse the tunnel, and everything would kind of like sink in underground a little bit. So that thing's probably going to be there forever, unless there's some weird future Ant-Man like technology where you can just start shrinking things and making them bigger again. So I already warned you I was going to go off topic. So yeah, I've had Overwatch for 2 years. I paid $30 for this, $30 for Call of Duty Black Ops 4. I paid full price for Battlefield 5, but that came with a single player game. And I haven't covered much on Battlefield 5, and I stand by everything I said. Like, I know I talked about it a lot before even playing it, but I think I played the beta when I was talking about it on my channel. It's been so long since I made an actual video, I forget sometimes. Like, I was kind of worried about getting hours for work, and then I got all the hours that I wanted, and now it's bittersweet. Our store's unfortunately closing, which it's bittersweet because I got a cool opportunity. I've met some amazing friends that I hope to stay in touch with, like cool experiences. I get to experience a lot of things that were like really awesome, and I worked at this place before when I was younger and absolutely loved it, and due to circumstance I had to leave for a better job opportunity because it was just, there's a lot going on. So when I went back, I had people that gave me a chance, and I was really struggling before, and like it was just so great to be social and be given a chance and have people believe in you. And like basically within about 3 months I was about to actually even like, well, I was like offered like a supervisor position in 3 months. I've never like gotten anything like that. I worked so hard because I loved and believed in the place, but unfortunately, due to circumstances out of our control, like I can't get detailed, but it had nothing to do with us. But the store's actually closing now, and it's bittersweet because I'm glad like I had all these people that believed in me and gave me chances and everything like that, and got opportunities, and it just made me feel good. I made friends. I got to be social, which is something I've really struggled with, dealing with anxiety and social anxiety, and apparently I'm finding out post-traumatic stress disorder, possibly. I don't know. I try not to like throw that shit out there, but it's just been amazing, and I'm just so grateful for the opportunity, as short as it was, and I'm going to miss it, but I'm also glad that I got to be there to the end and see it. So good for you if you like my channel in between jobs while looking for new employment. Hopefully, if I'm not too depressed, I'll be able to make more videos. I purposely, that's someone else, but I did get the d.va cat costume, and I figured it would really piss people off, like getting killed by like a cat like d.va mech, just because it's just funny. Like, could you imagine like some of these people that complain about like female characters in games and like it's strange for guys to play as girls in games. Like if you take this game super seriously and you like get killed by like this Korean lady that's dressed up in a blonde wig and like cosplay basically with a cat mech, and you realize like a guy's controlling it at the same time, that must wreck you emotionally, and I absolutely love it. So there's a part of me that's mischievous and likes to troll. That's one benefit of being at playing as d.va. This team was actually a lot better than the team that I played with when I was playing as Mercy. We still lost, but I felt like my team was supporting each other a lot better and things like that. One good thing about the PlayStation platform with multiplayer games, I can't say the same about Call of Duty. People are, no matter what platform you play on, is Call of Duty, but if like people seem to be super vocal and verbally abusive, I feel like the same thing with Grand Theft Auto. Battlefield every once in a while, but I don't know, I feel like Battlefield players are more patient and cool because it's a game that there's a lot more things that you have to learn. I need to play Blackout on Battlefield, but I paid $30 for this in Call of Duty 4, but I bought this 2 years ago, right? So as Overwatch wasn't that popular when I bought it, but I thought it was a cool game. Like this came out, and then Gearbox's I can't even think. I'm thinking it was called Bloodborne. Bloodborne might be that other game. I know Blood was in a title. It was like some sort of MOBA. I think Bloodborne's like the Dark Souls game, which is really sad if that's the case, because I actually own that one and not just I downloaded it and never played it. I actually bought it when it was new. But anyway, there is one that the betas came out around the same time, and I remember playing this one, and this one just felt more special. And I'm not huge on multiplayer games. Like I love Battlefront 2 because it's Star Wars, and I love being able to fly ships. I wish they would just make a ship related game. And I love Battlefield and its destructible environments. It's gorgeous. It's cinematic because of the destructible environments. And I thought Battlefield 5 deserved a full price because it had single player content. You don't have to buy a season pass like you do in Call of Duty. And the more content I see being released for this game, beside the cosmetic stuff and everything I've earned in this game, is I never spent real money on it, which is cool. But like I said, one complaint is like versus Battlefront or Battlefield is every time you play a match in Battlefront or Battlefield, you earn some money, and every time you log in, you earn some money. You only earn money in this game through loot boxes, and you only get loot boxes when you level up, and you don't always have money in your loot boxes. So it keeps on pushing you and pushing you if you want a specific thing. I've lucked out pretty well with getting loot boxes with money on it, but it's so sad that this game, with all the, like, if you look at the inside the art book, you look at the little short films and everything, there's so much character in all these characters, but you have to watch it like on like the little short films on YouTube and stuff like that, and it just blows my mind that this game doesn't have a single player game. I'm not sure if they'll ever release a Overwatch 2 because it's a game that keeps on evolving, but I just feel like this game screams for some sort of like maybe 6 hour, at best like a Call of Duty length single player campaign where all the characters come together and there's story mode and they're interacting with each other, because the little short movies are like beautiful. They're like Pixar movies. And back to, this is way back in the conversation, like Enter the Spider-Verse, out of all the CGI movies I've seen, like that does the most original thing with its comic book style and like the textures, and it's just so great. It like goes from panel to panel, and You can see the thought bubbles and everything. I just wanted to advertise that because apparently I heard that movie wasn't doing that well in the box office. And not only is it doing something original aesthetically, like, I think it's better than the live action Marvel movies that I saw. And I'm as surprised as you are, because when I saw Sony was making it, I thought it was going to be a shit show, especially after seeing the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 and Spider-Man 3. So I was like, what can they do that's better than the Marvel movies, the Avengers movies? So I not only did I see a good Superman movie, I thought it was better than Spider-Man Homecoming. The only thing that comes close is Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2. Another thing I like about this game is you actually can support characters, and you actually get points for like endorsing characters and stuff like that, which is really cool. And like, this game just encourages a lot of teamwork. Like I said, I wish they put a single player mode in, because there's so much backstory with these characters and it's just screaming some sort of campaign. But it's unfortunately an online only game. But if you can find this game for $30, it's a steal. And like I said, I'm a poser, but I've been really getting into it. This is the shooting equivalent to me as a fighting game, because I know it's ending, but hopefully a new chapter will open up. And then, like I said, I'm really grateful for the opportunity that I got for work. And right now we're closing the store and trying to push it out. I'm just working it until it's no longer, there's no more hours to get by and the store closes. But yeah, you can see how much I've played it. d.va's the most at 4 or 5 hours. I can't see because the screen's really strong. I mean, it's really small, excuse me. But yeah, this is Overwatch. I'm an Overwatch poser, have a ton of Overwatch shit, but I don't play Overwatch that much. It's a great pick up and play game, and if you want to casually play an online multiplayer game, I can't recommend this game enough. Hopefully now they'll put in that single player game, but Blizzard won't listen to me. I don't matter. But it's a cool game overall if you want like a quick pick up and play shooter that supports teamwork. Thank you so much for watching. I will talk to you guys hopefully soon. I appreciate you being patient with my videos. Happy New Year. I hope you're all doing well, and I hope this ends up being a great year for all of us and good things will happen going forward. I appreciate everything. Again, thank you so much and take care. Bye.
If you want to, like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.